What a day, what a day, y'all. So fun. We painted a whole bedroom. We are going to be starting our huddle promptly at 7:30 from here on out. So just know that if you hop in and we've started shout outs, it's okay. But we are going to try to be off right at 7:59 so that we can hop on over to the Diamond Pep Rally call. Tonight they're talking about silver duplication and it's going to be really, really good. This is a call led by some of the Diamonds who collaborated at the Diamond training that was earlier this year and said, we want a call where we can just pour value over our teams. And so this is scheduled through the end of the year, and we are invited to join and be a part of that. So if you're like me, being on live is always the best bet because I don't know if it's going to happen if I wait. So we are going to start with shout outs. Y'all, I don't have a graphic because I was painting all day and did not get one. So I am going to do shout outs from my computer. So get your pom poms out. Woo! We have 35 new VIPs as a team this month. So exciting. Congratulations to Allie Hostin, Chelsea Ard, Emma Norris, Isabel Vicente. Hunter Russell has 4 new VIPs. Jennifer Sauls, Joanna and Dari. I think that might be a new ambassador. Cami Heath has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new VIPs. Way to go, Cami. Kelly Brown has 3 new VIPs. Kym Hare has 2 new VIPs. Lane Tomaselli has 3 new VIPs. Leanne Robeson, Mary Carmen Ascari. Y'all, Mary Carmen just enrolled the sister of one of her friends who came to convention last year. How crazy is that? Right? So fun. Okay, Melissa M, Michelle Peoples, Molly Connell, Rubiella V, Shannon Boyd, Tabby King. Way to go, Tabby, with 3 new VIPs. Tracy Fogel and Daniela Hurtado has 2 new VIPs. So we are celebrating big tonight. And now we're going to shout out our new brand ambassadors. So we have Carrie Bilowski, Tabby King, Joanna Andari, and I know that is she on here? She is. Tabby just ranked silver. Oh, oh. Way to go, Tabby. Tabby, I feel like you are the epitome of do what your sponsor tells you to do, and the magic happens. So you are just excellent at being coached, and I know Allie's really excited to partner with you. How does it feel to be silver?
Exciting.
Yay!
I'm still learning everything though. I've been going over it. Actually, I have my notes here. So,
Girl, I'm 9 years in and still learning things. So you are in great company.
well, thank you guys. Thank you so much for being so
Yes.
supportive.
Of course, we're excited you're here. This is the best team in Plexus. Did you know?
Oh yeah, Allie, let me know.
Oh, good. Oh, good. All right. Well, now what we do on these calls, you guys, is we always share a testimony. And so we have Kym Hare sharing tonight. She is going to tell you a little bit about her health story because Hunter's service is spotty, is what I was told. So Hunter will be back, which I actually want to hear your testimony because anytime there's like pregnancies and postpartum and all the things, it's a good one. Kym, I'm so excited to hear your story tonight. Take it away.
All right. Well, mine will have a little bit of pregnancy and postpartum in it. But yes, so I've been with Lexus for 6 years. And before I was healthy, y'all. I was healthy. I didn't need any help because I exercised, I ate pretty clean, and I was fine. And then I wasn't. um, because I started feeling like this isn't just, I don't feel as well as I think I should feel. And I started feeling really old and things were just happening that I could justify. Um, but when they all started adding up and I started talking to Tracy, she was like, I think I have something that could really help you because the things I was dealing with, I had no idea. well, I didn't know anything about gut health, but I did not think that chronic UTIs, joint pain, and insomnia were anything related to gut health. Because I was like, that's just that's just your stomach, right? But I was so wrong because there is the gut brain axis that I now know about. And all of those things that I was dealing with were all because my gut was out of balance. And so I started on our gut health system 6 years ago. And I was like a night and day person, different person. And people were starting to take notice. I mean, I was not reaching for energy drinks all day long. I was actually sleeping through the night, which I had not slept through the night in over 6 months. And that was huge. Like I said, I was getting UTIs. I was getting them about every other month. And so I was on antibiotics. I was drinking all the cranberry juice, taking the over the counter, the pills, all of the things, and it wasn't helping me. And I can proudly say 6 years in, I have not had a UTI in 6 years. You guys, I was having them seriously every other month. And if you've had them, you know, it's like it sucks the life out of you because you're literally in the bathroom. Or if you're not in the bathroom, you're like, I feel like I need to go to the bathroom. And so it was truly impacting my life. It was impacting my work because I'd be like, I just need to stay home today because I'm not going to be productive. So 6 years in, no UTIs. I actually work out way harder now in my late 30s than I ever did in my 20s, and I was a competitive dancer. And so my body is so much better. um, After getting on the products and just like really starting to see all of the healing that took place over time, it wasn't overnight, but months and months of consistency. I actually got pregnant and had a wonderful, smooth pregnancy. My OB and pediatrician all gave the green light to Plexus. They were so impressed with the products and the ingredients, the quality of them. And I had a smooth pregnancy, and now my son is almost 5 and he is a plexus child. I'm so grateful. I truly think that what I was putting in my body really help set him up for success too, because he's not had things like skin issues or sensitivities or anything like that, and he goes to the bathroom regularly. Like, there's so many things that I truly think, because he was set up for success, he is still seeing those great things. And now he asks for his plexus juice every day. We had to like buy the entire stock of watermelon hydrate because that's his favorite thing. So if anybody sees any on the black market, please send it my way, because he loves that stuff. And but yeah, it's just been such a great thing. Like I said, I had a great pregnancy. My hormones were balanced through my pregnancy, so I didn't deal with a lot of the ugly things that come along with pregnancy. Um, and then my postpartum really was not as bad as I had expected it to. Like, it was not bad because I was not all over the place with my hormones. They were already regulated. And so I'm just really grateful for that. Um, seasons of life change and there's stress and different, just as we get older and stuff. And I'm just so grateful that I have the tools now different things I can add in. Like, now that I'm working out harder, I've added in our creatine. I start my day with hydrate. There's just so many things that I've added on to the gut health system that I love, and that I don't always have to use them all at the same time, but they're there. And I'm just really grateful that we have such a wide variety of products that can help. So I will be on Plexus for the forever. I'm a lifer.
Once you know what it feels like to feel good, I feel like I've been hearing a lot of the buzzword longevity. And I know Dr. Shah, who came to convention, talked a lot about longevity. And I've even been using that word when people like ask what I do, like when I'm traveling. I'm like, we work in gut health and like longevity wellness, like how to extend your life well. And people are like, oh, wow, okay. So just really kind of wrapping your mind around that, Kym, like, even though you were well, now you're supporting your health in a way that you're going to be well for a long time, and you're going to bounce back from injury and bounce back from illness and everything so much better. So I love your
Well, and
story.
I love, like I said, my son uses it. He's almost 5. My dad, who's 81, uses this Plexus.
Yeah.
And I just love that it's for everybody. We all take different things, but it's supporting our health and just truly making us like function at such a higher quality of life than we could have before.
I love that. I love that. And I'll never forget the conversation where I was like, I think this could help you. Like, I really do. And our friend Shannon had already joined me and seen total healing from UTIs. And so that's what made me know that it could help you too. So I'm really, thank you for sharing your story. You guys, so what we're going to talk about tonight is just a little bit of the wellness community moving forward. We have an incredible community here, but if I'm being honest, we've been a bit scattered. Maybe somebody's doing this and somebody else is doing this. And one of our leaders, y'all, were on the call where she was like, "What are we sending people who order this?" And it was like, "Oh gosh, we gotta shore some things up. We gotta streamline some things." And so once I got home from Jewel School last week, which in case you missed it, Jewel School is an event where Plexus brings in some of the top earners and provides 2 trainers to just pour into us and train. And I got to be in a room of 38 other leaders for Thursday and Friday. And y'all, it was incredible. And here's why, because those trainers have been through the valleys, they've been on the mountaintops, they have, had friction in their teams, they've had great seasons of growth, they've had mindset hurdles, they've had personal growth that they've had to work through, they've had hard things. And um, feeling seen in that way and knowing like there is a path forward, like we can do this. It is so clarifying. And so over the next 15 minutes, we're just going to talk a little bit about kind of the wellness warrior community and where we're headed. So first things first, a lot of you may know we have a few different Facebook pages. And sometimes people don't know where to plug people in. And so we are really streamlining things down to the Wellness Warrior community. Y'all, that is our new, we're calling it our team page. We have been really concerned with separating out brand ambassadors from customers. And what we're missing here is the opportunity to turn customers into brand ambassadors by dripping the business daily and weekly, by sharing things like Diamond Docs and Diamonds in December videos and rank ups. Like Tabby just ranked silver, you guys. We want everybody to see that, even our customers, what is possible. So the Wellness Warrior community, we're going to continue forward with some of the engagement, the giveaways that have been happening. Hunter and Kelly have been doing a really great job at that. We're going to continue with some of the health testimonies Julie's been sharing. And we are going to add in a layer that is our team page. So at the beginning of the month post, you guys, Plexus 101 is going away. It's going to be in the Wellness Warrior community. That is where we're doing everything. What are the incentives? Where are the shout out graphics? What can we expect? What is on the table? Product launches, message verbiages. Somebody literally raised their hand at Jill School and they were like, "So I'm posting in my team page the verbiage that I'm messaging people with, and then they're going to get that message." And Alita was like, "Isn't it incredible? They're going to see you're following the system." And I was like, whoa, perspective shift. Like, whoa, okay. And there were no less than 10 women in that room of top earners who said if they had not been in a page like that was dripping the business, they never would have shared. They never would have shared. I know, Mary Carmen, I was blown away as well. So that's what we're doing. We're just going to simplify things. So moving forward, we will have the Wellness Warrior community and we will have the Wellness Made Simple Plexus testimony group. Wellness Warrior community is for all of our new customers and brand ambassadors. Wellness Made Simple is where you might add somebody if they're not quite sure about Plexus yet. They just want some testimonies. They want some product info, things like that. What else are we going to use the Wellness Warrior community for? Anytime we have a new brand ambassador, we're going to have a new brand ambassador shout out graphic for you guys to shout your new brand ambassadors out so their friends can cheer them on. We're going to have rank ups shouted out in there. We're going to have incentives earned when you guys all earn leaders retreat. It's going to go in there so your customers can celebrate you. So that is what that community is becoming. So that's kind of the first housekeeping, is like we're just streamlining some things. Now, I'll be honest, Allie asked me earlier, don't we do a welcome post in there? Can we start doing those again? And I said, well, Allie, those are automatically activated every 10 new ads. And she was like, oh, so we're just not adding people. And I was like, they do have to accept, yes. But yes, honestly, we're just not adding people. But here's the thing. We want to give you something valuable to add people to. So that's the shift here. There will be a welcome post every 10 ambassadors. Hopefully we'd have to extend that to 20. We already have 35 new VIPs this month. So like, let's get those customers in there. When you add them in the customer community, there will be tomorrow, hold me to it, a welcome post with a welcome video. Okay. Welcoming them to the Wellness Warrior community, giving them just some quick what to expect here and what is possible with Plexus. And we're so glad you're here. And let your sponsor know when your package arrives, they're going to call you and walk you through it, right? Welcome video. So we're going to do all that in the Wellness Warrior community. We're still going to use our chat threads for business building, specific things, for challenges, for daily engagement, all of those things. But I'm really excited about this. Okay, next thing, I'm going to share my screen, okay? Because I know I love a good visual. Do you love a good visual? This is our weekly flow, okay? When you are in our community, you have access to these things every week to grow your business. Every morning, Monday through Friday at 6 a.m., we do morning rounds. Now, once school year starts back, we're going to move this to 5:30 Central, okay? So just know that that's coming mid-August. Morning rounds. This helps you set up your intentions for the day and kick off your day with a good start so that you can really know what you're doing. We start with prayer. We take about 30 minutes to kind of get our day set up, and then we go our separate ways. Every Monday, we have our team huddle right now, and then the Diamond Prep Rally right after that. So that's our Monday. Every Thursday, we have our Meet Plexus calls. We're moving those to 8 p.m. Central. All of this is Central. And we're going to be doing game day in our Gold Rush, Gold Crush chat, in our runners chat. We're going to be doing game day. Game day is a leaderboard situation. So starting every Thursday morning in morning rounds, we're going to have a leaderboard where you can say Michelle and who Michelle's invited, Kim, Julie, Tabitha. And then as you add your name to the list, you'll copy, paste, and then Hunter will say Hunter, Sherry, Susie, Sally. And as people say yes, you're going to copy, paste it, and you're going to add a check mark right by their name. This is honestly for you to know that the work you're doing is having the results you want. Because if you are never enrolling and you're never having people on events and you're never inviting, or you're inviting the same people week after week, this is really going to expose that. The other thing we're doing with the Meet Plexus calls is 30 minutes before, we're going to pop in the chat and tell you to remind everybody with a reminder message. And 30 minutes after, we're asking that you reserve it for follow-up. Okay. So if you have guests on, please be on and reserve that time for follow-up. We want you to call people right after the call ends and help answer any questions, pull them into a three-way chat, get their questions answered, and get them enrolled that night. I think one of the issues we're having is we're waiting till the next day, and people are kind of falling through the cracks there. The last thing we have is our Plexus Rising Leaders call, and I'm really excited about this. In case you missed it, we're shifting this to a leader-led call. So we'll have a guest speaker on every week, encouraging you in their journey with Plexus and what they've learned that can really help you move forward in your journey. They won't all be Jules. Some will be Jules, some will be Rubies. Everybody will be a working, active business builder that is that was a mosquito, that is, high integrity, somebody that we want you following in this journey, okay? We're not going to ask somebody to speak and be like, but don't do what they do. Like, no, we're not doing that. So this is going to be a really incredible call. So I'll share this in the chat thread after the call, but we're really excited for what this is going to be. More info on these next two systems are coming, okay? I'm going to send it in the chat. You can look through it. But this is what we're calling our customer success system. How many of you have ever gotten stumped that you're not sure what to do when somebody joins you? You're like, I don't know. Do I start a three-way message? Do I send them a getting started guide? Do I add them to the customer page? What do I do? And I think that is creating a lot of confusion. So y'all, we're streamlining it here. The first thing you're going to do is start a three-way message with your upline, okay? If you want to just get number 1 and 2 done together, you can literally message your upline and say, Allie, are you free for a three-way call right now or in 10 minutes? And you can do that all together. Start a three-way message, hit the FaceTime button, and go ahead and get that combo going. What's going to happen in that combo is you're going to introduce your friend, let them share a little bit of what they are hoping to see success with, And then your sponsor is going to share a little bit of their story, and they are going to talk about what this income means to them. Now, you may not be making $8,000 a month. You may be making $300 a month or $500 a month. You're going to share that and share about your vision for what this is going to be for your family, okay? That is how this works. We've got to get confident in sharing with the success that we have found and realizing that that's going to encourage others. So that is steps 1 and step 2, okay? The third step, and again, all this happens within 24 hours. Add them to the Wellness Warrior community, tag them in the welcome video, make sure they accept the invitation, and then send them the getting started info for their products, okay? We're going to make that streamlined in the Wellness Warrior community where it's easy to find. All of that's happening this week. So give us this week to kind of flesh out the details, but all of that is coming. You're going to add them to your calendar for daily, weekly check-ins. And the thought that I had is, I don't actually care what you're sending them daily and weekly. If you've done these other 3 things, you're going to be in the conversations where you're going to be able to care for them. Okay. So like, right? Because, if Allie pulls me in through a message and I'm asking somebody their health goals and they're sharing, and then Allie's sharing the getting started info, like that is naturally going to create conversation. And then Allie, like we're going to so say Tabitha, tell us when your products arrive so that we can like hop on and tell you how to take them, right? Like it's just going to create this beautiful uniformity and this beautiful like cohesiveness. Step 5, help them share, okay? Don't get stumped on this because this takes you to our next system. The Wellness Warrior Way, how to grow a Plexus business from day 1. Again, I'm going to share all these guides. Schedule an event. Y'all, brag on Tabby. She did her event, like she scheduled it before she joined Plexus. And she joined Plexus. Her friends came over, her family. She went silver that night. So like, if you're talking to people and not just waiting to like slip this in, you're going to be ahead of the game here. Schedule an event, make a post, keep it simple. Start your list of 100, okay? I hesitated at that because we've done things like 10, like just make a list of 10 or just, make a list of who you can think of. But y'all, I'm telling you, like this is the kind of stuff I was doing when I started. I made a list of 100 people, literally. And that's where I started. Schedule a Zoom call with your sponsor and upline. So like, I'm just using this example, Tabby, because you're new. Like you and Allie and I will schedule a Zoom call this week and just hop on and like hear a little bit about your goals, hear a little bit about where you want to head. We'll make sure you have like your grip around what you need to be doing, how you need to grow to do that, and kind of cast vision for what this can be. Joining our weekly calls, back to the Wellness Warrior weekly flow, right? Join the weekly calls. If you're not growing, I'm telling you, the first question your sponsor is going to ask you on a coaching call is, well, have you been on the weekly calls? I don't remember seeing you, right? So that's really important. And then follow the success system steps. So once you're joined, you're literally going to go here with all your new customers. So what we want to give you is a fluid, like moving system. But here's the thing that you need to know before we hop off this call. This system doesn't work without you. If the system is a windmill, you are the wind. Like without wind, a windmill is just there. And it's not broken. It's there and it works, but there's no wind. And so you are the wind, the action you take, the messages you're sending, the posts you're making, the way you're using that to follow up, all of that is making the system work. And so sometimes I do think we actually did have a system problem. Sometimes though, I don't think we have a system problem. I think we have a wind problem. Well, you guys, the windmill is here. So now we've got to create the wind. And that is what you're going to see us encouraging you with as we raise our standards collectively as a team. I was telling this to a couple of the leaders. I think we have been, we are, not have been, we are so concerned about making everybody feel welcome here. We don't want you to feel like if you're not doing the work or if you're in a hard season that you're not welcome here. And I think one of the problems we've had is because we're very concerned with that, we've kind of lowered our standards to include as many people as possible. Okay. What you're going to see shifting here is a raising of standards, and the inclusion stays the same. The problem is when we raise the standards, many people exclude themselves. So my ask of you, as we're raising the standards, know that it's your choice what you do, right? We're going to come at you and we're going to say 50 reach outs a day, 3 to 5 posts a day, being on the team calls. That's because if Mary Carmen comes to me and says, I want to grow to Joel, or like Lane has said, I'm going gold this month and then I want to grow to senior gold. Well, it would be a disservice if Julie and I said, you could just reach out to 5 people a day. You only need to post once a day. Like that's not giving her what she wants. And so we're raising our standards collectively as a team because we want to help more people find more success here. Okay. And you're going to see it modeled. You're going to see everybody start posting more and better. I loved Molly's example today about her dream. She was like, y'all, that was like, got the most feedback from anybody. And then what did I tell her? Go message those people, DM them and say, hey, crazy dream. What's the craziest dream you've ever had? Or message them, get into their DMs and start a conversation, not to make it to Plexus, but to show them I'm a human. And then what happens? They start seeing your posts. It is all this big windmill of action that we are trying to take advantage of here, that we want to model raising the standard. Okay. We want to show you the best option for you achieving the goals that you have. The last thing we want as a team is for everybody to say, I'm doing everything you told me and I'm not growing. Right. And sometimes I feel like that's kind of where we're at. Like I'm doing everything, but I'm not growing. Well, we kind of dumbed down what everything was because it felt hard, right? So we're looking at what are other teams doing and we're coming at you with that, knowing that you all want to grow. You're all here on a Monday night at 7:30, 8:30, 3:30, our Hawaii friends. You're here because you want to grow. And so we want to give you the best option for that. But y'all, I am so excited about where we are headed. Allie is going to start off our Plexus Rising Leaders call on Friday, talking about stop overthinking and start working. That's what we're doing, how to start working and stop overthinking. And so she's going to kick off that series. And then we are going to be doing that every Friday together. We're going to be here on the Huddle every Monday. And I will lead us off in the Meet Plexus call on Thursday. So get ready for game day. I'm so excited, you guys. I truly, bar none, we are the best team in Plexus. Like I talked to 38 leaders this week. And I'm like, y'all, what we have here, like, it's incredible. It's incredible. So hold on to that. We're going to hop off here. We're going to go to the Diamond Pep Rally, you guys. And then we'll see you Thursday night on the event. All right. Good night, everybody. Y'all are awesome.